Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Queen of Shadows read along that we're currently already up to. If anybody was wondering, Donna and myself are doing a Throne of Glass read along, and we're reading about one book a month. And this month, we're up to Queen of Shadows. I am very excited about this one. This kind of feels like the beginning of the end in a way, because this is where it all starts to combine, I think is what's going to happen. I have also already mentioned that this is the part where it starts to feel like I don't know what happens in what book anymore. So I'm very curious to see. If you can hear some noise in the background, they've been working outside in the park all day, and I have a cat, and she's making noise. But I hope that it should be okay up until this point. I am not in my usual spot. I've gone back to the table, to like the dining room table, because like obviously I'm going to be taking notes. I have all of my things. And I think, this is going to be interesting. I also was looking for the Queen of Shadows audiobook and couldn't find it anywhere, which is annoying because I've been doing like immersive reading for this just so that I can make sure that I can see every single, or like I can get every single detail, and not forget anything and not miss anything, because obviously notes, we need to take all of the notes. But we're just going to have to see. It's already been a pretty good day. I have already finished 2 books today. I finished the Percy Jackson, the Heroes of Olympus book. I finished The Son of Neptune today. And I think it's taken me 2 months, and I finished Shadow of Night finally, which was a chore because it is such a big book with so many historical details. So it took me a while to get through that one, but I finished. So both of those books are good news for like continuing the series and stuff. But I'm excited to get into this and to see what the hell actually happens in this book. Now, obviously, this is a reread, but during this reread, I will be annotating. I will be using highlighters, which I didn't use before. So that's new. I'm kind of curious. I don't know how long I'm going to be sprinting for. My period started today, so we have a little bit of a headache, but I wanted to get these up because the last sprints I wasn't able to make it, which I was very annoyed about, also because of headaches. If I needed any more reason as to why I wanted to switch jobs, this is it. So, but hey, that is a talk for another day. But I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put us into our first sprint so we can get started. I don't think I'm going to be able to start right away because I need to do some admin bits before I do that. And then obviously start with the reading. So I will be putting us, let's share this on the screen. And let's go and start with our first 45-minute sprint. Talk to you guys after. Okay, so I have just made it into chapter 5, so only 28 pages in, but that was to be expected. I said I had some things to do, and reading these or rereading these, even though they are a reread, it's taking a lot more time than it usually would because of the fact that I'm actually taking so many notes. That is gonna be bound to slow down everything. But for now, I seem to remember some of the things. So that's good. But still, like, I have an idea of what's going to be happening in this book, but I have no idea where it's going to end. So I'm kind of curious to see about that. And then I saw that Donna, hello. Just woke up trying to gather myself. Then I will start said book, but you have not. That's quite all right. No, I mean, I was hoping that I would have started this earlier in the month, but then I let Dice decide which book I was going to read first. And then I was reading the other read-along book, The Son of Neptune. I keep forgetting, like, Lost Hero, Son of Neptune. I keep switching those two. But so I figured I would finish that one and then go on to the next buddy read, which is this one, obviously. So, and I finished Son of Neptune today, just this morning. So that was perfect because now I have only this book to focus on for the buddy read. And I've already finished 3 books this month, which is I'm very excited about. Yeah, no. Oh, you have your period too? I thought you were saying something about what I said. No, I have the same thing going on. And so I'm trying to fight off the actual headache that is very poised and ready. So I have no idea how long I'm going to be sprinting for. I want to try for my usual, like, 3. So we're already 1 in, so we should be good. But obviously, if it's not working out, I'll just have to end it early, which is annoying. But again, I do have work tomorrow, so I don't want to be completely exhausted. Seen you were reading all TBR books at once, so understand how your reading is going. Yeah, it's been like that for a while. I'm again in the middle of, hold on, let me see. I have my story graph open so I can see. Right now, because I started Queen of Shadows, mind you, I finished 2 books today. I'm still in the middle of 4 books. I am, let me see, I'm 68% into Game Changers, the first Game Changers book, which was interesting. I have started, and Donna, you will appreciate this, I have started Bonds of Hercules. I've started the audiobook for that. And I'm also 44% into Crooked Kingdom, which seems off because I feel like I'm further in than that. So I might need to check that. But so yeah, I'm still in the middle of 4 books, which is fine. Obviously, I always want to be able to switch between, like, an ebook and an audiobook, or like a physical book and an audiobook, so that's fine. But we'll just have to wait and see. Hello, Livia. How are you, darling? How was your day? Had a headache last night. Watching Outlander probably did not help, but I took a med before bed. Yes, have you finished it? Because it's done now, isn't it? I'm still stuck on season 2. Don't come for me. I'm trying to savor it. And also, I wanted to keep it up until, like, I wanted to keep it for until when the series was finished, which it now is. So now I feel like I can binge it. But I've been kind of obsessed with reading lately, which is also good. So it's a nice problem to have, to not know what to choose between. You know, what hobby to choose between. So I'm quite happy. We have a hi, Donna, from Livia, and hi, Livia, from Donna. Started Firebird yesterday, gonna start Queen of Shadows today, and I should be starting Game On as well. Which Game On are we talking about? Is this the Nevessa Allen one? Because there are a few books that are named that. I'm behind with all the read-alongs this weekend. I read some of the Percy Jackson books. I hope you enjoy them because I know you're reading them with your son. So that was a fun time. I hope that it's good. I can already tell you, Livia, I don't know if you were, I think you were there in the Son of Neptune read-along sprints, but I can already tell you that I'm vastly enjoying this series very much. Now finishing the second book, Rick Riordan has seemed to be in, now I can see a pattern happening because there have been, in the two books that have been happening, there's been like 3 or 4 moments where I've been genuinely shocked at like twists that I did not see coming. So that's exciting. So I hope if you continue on and you go into Heroes of Olympus, that you also enjoy them very much, because I am. On season 7, the last like 4 days, I have a nonstop watched. How many seasons are there? Hold on. I know this. I don't know this, but I know this. I can look it up fairly quickly. It's season 7, the final season. Oh no, you have a few to go. Okay. Why is the final season only 10 episodes? Feels rude. But also, if I remember correctly, they also didn't have the book to end it, if I'm not mistaken, because I saw a little snippet of an interview with the author where they just had to guess at the ending. So if I'm hoping it doesn't go Game of Thrones, you know, when books were out the window, but we'll see. Halfway through The Lost Olympian. Okay, how are you finding that one? Lost Olympian. No, it's not. Hold on. Is it The Lost Olympian or The Last Olympian? Because I might be switching them all over. The Third and the Lights Out. Yes, I'm so annoyed. All of those books were on my audio like platform that I use, and now they've disappeared. I'm so annoyed. Probably Amazon just bought the rights to it and pulled them off everywhere else, and I'm very annoyed. What book will we be reading in June? In June, we're gonna be on, hold on. No. Yes. Okay. Let's see. We're making our way through the Heroes of Olympus series, and in June we'll be on the Mark of Athena, if that's what you were asking, Livia. And then for the Throne of Glass read-along, obviously next month we are starting with the tandem read, which if you need, like we have, Donna, if you could maybe drop the link for the website, we have a graphic for the tandem read. So if you need that, you don't have to do the tandem read. Obviously, you can read them both like one at a time. But I read the series once and did do the tandem read and very much understood why people recommend it that way, because you read number 6, is it? Yeah. When you read Empire of Storms, then you have to go, you feel like you really have to get through Tower of Dawn, because Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms kind of take place simultaneously anyway. So that would kind of make sense to do it in a tandem read kind of way anyway. So that's a very roundabout way of saying that Donna and I talked about it, and that is the way that we decided to do it. Oh, I'm so happy that you're enjoying them. There is 8 seasons. Okay. Cried so much the last few days because of Outlander, hopefully. Or maybe like senior days, maybe also. I've heard there's a lot of emotions there as well. Yes, that's what I thought. So you're on the final book, well, not really, but what is supposed to be the final book in the first 5 Percy Jackson books. So after this, you can switch. You're not that far behind, Olivia, honestly. That's nothing. Just got access to the audio at my library. That's, ugh, I'm so annoyed. Cannot freaking wait. Thank you. I want to do the tandem read. I hope you enjoy it. Have you done the tandem read before, Olivia? How are you with the Throne of Glass realm? If you haven't, I think you're going to enjoy the tandem read. And it's also going to be a fun little vignette of doing that, because I know that you want to do that for the Game Changer series too, because there is like a tandem read thing going on there, much more intricate than this one, because it's like from all the books, but I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I'm sure. Oh no, that means there's a lot of crying in my future as well. Oof. I saw that Project Hail Mary is now on streaming, and I've been thinking of watching that either after these sprints, but headache-wise, we'll see, and then, or either tomorrow night, which I also know that I will cry, because obviously, if you've seen the vlog that has gone up on yesterday, you will know that I did cry at the end of that book, which was lovely. Okay, thank you, Donna. I'm gonna change the description, because I forgot to put the link in the description. After these sprints, I need to get back to working on my bingo boards for Semplington. I'm so excited. This is insane that it's been so long. The amount, if you think about it, the amount of prompts that you've had to think about over the course of all of those days is insane. Like, there's so many. Is that my fault? Is that because of me? I'm so sorry. Oh, if it's my fault, don't tell me. If you need help, obviously I'm here, because I feel like I attributed, or like, oh God. Yes, I can't wait either, Olivia. I'm so excited. Thank you, Lovely, for sharing the video. This is the vlog where I cry, if any of you want to see where I cry, but I know, I'm so sorry. I mean, the bingo board did look lovely that you showed me. It looked amazing. So I hope you keep those like graphics and stuff, and you keep the themes, because I love them. I was very intrigued by all of them. So, okay. Let's see if I can get us back into another sprint. I think I'm sure I'm going to be able to do 3 sprints. I'm actually getting hungry, which is a good sign. Did not keep that graphic. There are new ones. Yeah. I know you didn't keep the graphic, but did you keep like the little, whatchamacallit? Like the little pictures and stuff? What do you call that? Decals? Is that what that is? I don't know. I don't know these things. I'm not a graphic designer. I have no clue. But I hope you at least kept like the subjects, like the 5 main categories, because those categories did sound very intriguing. I was very curious to know what prompts you were going to put under all of those. So I don't want to give too much away. I feel like I'm giving too much away. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. We're going to go into a sprint. I'm just going to let it run. And then we're going to go and have another 45 minutes. Okay, see you after. Okay. I had to turn the lights on because it's now chucking down rain outside. I didn't read as much as I wanted to. I had a cat who was very adamant about getting attention. So I don't know if you saw her throughout, but she was like around the laptop and like didn't want to leave until she got some attention. So obviously we had to oblige because cats are kings and queens in the homes that they live in. I'm now up to page 48, which not bad, not bad. And I got myself a snack because I was getting a little bit hungry. I think I'm not sure. I think I might get a coffee in the next sprint because sometimes they do also help with headaches. So let's see. Oh, yes, Donna said she kept the icons, which I'm very excited about because they were lovely, as I said. Olivia listened to my book while organizing my craft room. Oh, I would so love to have a craft room. I have craft drawers in closets. That's all I get. But we're looking into maybe upgrading the place to live, but that is going to be a very long journey and very tedious with lots of meetings and stuff, but we'll see. Hopefully you'll finish today. I'm sure you will. How far into it are you? How much do you have left to read or listen to? I'm sure you could. It's only, well, no, you're in Italy, so that should be the same. It's only 4 o'clock, so hopefully. What was I going to do? I was going to do something and then I forgot. Anyway. Oh no. Something stuck in my throat. Okay. I am only, how far is it? 48 pages, and I've already made 2 pages of notes pretty much. So I mean, the fact that this isn't filled yet I'm very surprised by it. I bought 2 because I thought I would need 2, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. It would be fun to be able to get all the notes of Throne of Glass into one notebook. It is now filled with cat hair, which is lovely. Anyway, you have about 2 hours left. I'm very, very confident in the fact that you will be able to finish it. I'm sure. Let's see. And then I wanted to see if I could, where is it? Because I know that other people there. Because we've been talking about Donna's 72 hours, I thought I would share her reading sprints that she's doing on the 30th. I actually have no idea whether or not I'm going to be able to join. But it is Donna's first time getting back to sprinting, so I'm very happy. I'm very excited for her. I have been doing readathon, and I've already been able to scratch off a few on the bingo board. And I actually, for the first time in ever, I think, I took a shower by candlelight. Because one of the things is like a self-care day. And it wasn't really a day, so I haven't scratched it off yet. But I did do like an everything shower by candlelight, which was amazing. I highly recommend if you ever want to like really relax and like de-stress and stop all of the things that's happening. It's just, there's no influences anywhere. And candlelight is always a good idea, if you ask me. And then just to be able to decompress, because it's getting to the point, I have about 40 days left at my current job. So it's getting to the point where messages are going to have to be told. And I'm getting very anxious about that. But then I also realized that I'm also just very excited about starting this new job and this new adventure. And I've been actually, it's right here. It's really, if you want to know how type A I am, I printed out like weekly schedules, and I'm starting to trying to figure out how to do all of the things that I want to do in a week. Because now, obviously, which is why I've said that it might, like the whole booktube sphere might take a dip for a while, especially around the time where I'm switching, because right now I do have some time off at certain days in the week, but I'm going to be switching to Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, which I've actually never had a job like that. When you work in healthcare, 9 to 5 jobs are very hard to come by. So the fact that I will now be switching into that is quite insane. And I know that I'm gonna love like the steadiness of it and like the predictability of it. But I'm also very much considering already how I'm gonna fit in everything that I now do when I'm like home for like a day during the week, or when I have to leave at like, what is it, 2:30, because my shift starts at 3, or you know my shifts, I've told you, especially when I have like night shifts, I have 2 days where I'm basically at home the day before and the day after. So that means that there's a lot more time during the day to do all of the stuff, which is like admin, household, groceries, all of the things. So now I'm trying to figure out before I start, because I think that's the best way to do it, before I start, how I'm going to do all of the things without feeling overwhelmed and feeling like I'm dropping the ball at home. Because the last thing I want is to start a new job and then after like 3 or 4 weeks realize that my house is a mess. And then because I know that if I'm going to be messy in my house and in my home, I'm going to be messy up here. And then also starting a new job and getting all the information for that's not going to do well. So I've been like, one of the things that I think AI is actually good for is for those types of things, to like help you think through things. I'm not using ChatGPT because they are supporting efforts that we're not supporting. So I'm not using that, but I am having it. I am using, I think it's the Gemini one. I am using that one to just figure out my things and to figure out how I can do all the things that I want to do, because I feel like I need a computerized brain to help. And then obviously trial and error, but that's going to have to wait until the job actually starts, which is I'm anxious about. I know I'm going to do a good job. That's not the point, but it's going to be very different. It's going to be a very different type of tired, I think, that I'm going to be. Right now, I'm mostly like physically tired, but I think going into a 9 to 5, which is a lot better for my body, because I will actually have a rhythm, like a biological rhythm. There will actually be one that exists now. So I think the physical part is going to be a lot less, but I think the mental strain of having to focus 5 days a week from 9 to 5 is going to be very different. All this saying, it's all just a guessing game at this point. I'm only going to know what it's like when I start, but that was a very insanely long-winded way of me trying to say that when I start the new job in July, like I'm not putting any pressure on myself to put out a video a week because I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. I don't think I'm going to have the wherewithal or like the brain space to get like worked into a new job and trying to get acclimated there, and then at the same time have the wherewithal to come home and have the bandwidth to actually film. So, which is great for sprinting because I feel like I might make up for it by sprinting more because I do like this, and this doesn't really take a lot of preparation. It's just me saying I'm sprinting for this and I'll be showing up, and that is basically it. And during the time that we're sprinting, I will be able to do the things that I need to do anyway, saying like household bits or admin or going grocery shopping. It's going to be a new normal. It's going to be a new normal. But anyway, I think I've yapped enough at this point in time. Let's see. I think this will be our final sprint because after this is going to get close to dinner time for me, or like prepping dinner. And I do want to spend these sprints just focusing on reading Queen of Shadows. So we're going to go into our final sprint. I'm going to change that. Oh, okay. And then I'm going to reset the timer. And we're going to go into our final sprint where hopefully I won't be distracted by a cat because that is what has been happening. So I would like to be able to sprint for the full 45 minutes. Thank you. I hope she's listening somewhere. And I'll talk to you guys in 45. There we go. Our final sprint is done. I am just getting to page 80 at this point. And Lysandra's back, which I'm very happy about because I know things. For those who haven't read it, I won't give it away, but I know things. I'm very happy to see her again. Let's see. We had Susan join us. Good morning, just in time. Missed the chatty bits, getting breakfast and another tea and sweeping. Okay. Good morning, Susan. What did you have for breakfast, by the way, Donna? Morning, Susan from Donna. Hello, Ren. How are you doing? Listening to Kavitri by Amon J. Betty and Empire of Storms. How are you doing? How are you doing with that? Are you guys doing the tandem read or no? I'm not sure. I don't know if you've told us. No worries, Susan. Thanks for stopping by. I'm sorry you stopped by on the final sprint, but I'm sure you will be able to catch some other ones this Sunday. We are having the bi-weekly bookmark sprints if you want some more, but I might have to switch them around because one of my friends has asked if I wanted to do something with her and her little baby boy. Obviously, I'm not going to say no to that. So might have to change them from Saturday to Sunday or from Sunday to Saturday, but we'll see. Hi, Susan, and hi, Ren from Livia. Hi, Ren from Donna. Hey, Livia from Ren. Hey, Donna from Ren. Made it to 8% in Kavitri and 12% into Empire of Storms. Oh, no, internet went out, so using my phone's data. Oh, I hate when that happens. On chapter 5, good going. Do you have the audiobook? I can't find it anywhere. Most people are doing the tandem read, but I'm going through the full audios for both, but I just might do the tandem read now. Well, since I'm falling behind a little bit, it does for some reason. Even though you would think that two separate books would flow in their own separate containers, I guess. But when you read it as a tandem read, it still flows very well. Because I feel like, I don't think this is a spoiler, but you're focusing on different characters in Tower of Dawn. So it feels like it just moves along very quickly. Also being able to change books makes it feel like you're making progress in two books at once, which is always fun. No worries, Ren. Thanks for stopping by as always. Have 1 hour and 20 minutes left to finish my book. You will be able to, I'm sure. I have the audio on Audible. Okay, yeah, I don't have Audible. So that's probably why. Anyway, I think maybe this is going to be one of the books that I'm just going to have to read and not immersive read, which is fine, obviously. And I did see that the graphic audio for Throne of Glass, which is coming, keeps getting pushed back for like the app that I use again. So I'm getting kind of scared that I might not get it when it's released for everybody else, but we have time for that, I guess. No worries, Livia. Thank you for hanging around. I know you would. I know you totally would. But it's not that bad. I just enjoy having the immersive reading experience because then I can listen or continue to listen while I take notes. So it just goes faster. It's honestly just that why I like to use the audiobooks. But no, it's going to be completely fine because I actually think that these are going to be the books where a lot of details are going to start to be very important. So actually reading it physically and taking my time and not continuing to listen while taking notes might actually be the best for this time in the book or in the series. No worries, Donna. Thank you. Thank you for being here, obviously. And then I was actually thinking of, I don't know. No, I'm not even going to voice it because I might not be able to do it. But so for this weekend, I am going to be having the bi-weekly bookmark sprints. I just don't know if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. It's going to matter as to when we're going to be going away during the weekend. But I will keep you posted, obviously, on the YouTubes, and I'll let you know if it changes. But there will definitely be sprints this weekend, which is the most important thing. Okay, so with that, I'm going to leave you guys for the rest of your Monday. I hope you're going to have a very good start of your week. And I will at least see you this weekend, Saturday or Sunday.